In The Sound of Music, she starts with the A, B, C, and in music you start with the do, re, mi. And in this thing you start with there is nothing, there is nothing, there is never anything. You start with this. There is no doer because there is nothing being done ever. The doing itself is the illusion. Start from this basic knowing. It's not an assumption, it's the thing itself that is the truth, the simple, fundamental, simplest thing you can say about a doer, doing, doership. This is the illusion of someone doing something or something being done. Never, ever, eternally speaking, in every aspect you can think of, there is no doer or doing, nothing. This is the basic principle of this truth. It's never happening, no one is ever doing anything, it is empty, it is silent, it does not move ever, it does not change, it cannot change. And so this is where we are. So when we ask about the doer or who is doing what we do, the question itself is a paradox. How can you ask this question? How can you ask who is doing when clearly there is no doing and no doer? What is this question? It's a funny question. And yet it is being asked, or it can rise, and so we'll address it. But when we address this question, it's like a game or something I have to respond to, no matter how crazy it is, no matter how crazy the question that rises from someone is, you must respond to it as if he truly is asking it, and it is important to try and to explain. And you cannot tell him, oh, okay, you're asking the wrong question. The question itself indicates and shows you have no clue and no real understanding of what you aspire to achieve. You aspire to achieve the stateless state, the thing that beyond the reason and beyond everything. And you ask the questions of someone who is so melted in this illusion, so tries to figure out in the illusion who is the one who is doing, and is trying. Of course, there are answers who is the one who's doing, but get the idea that the question itself is the problem. So the question who is doing, this doer, and this relationship between the one who is doing and the things that are being done and all this illusion, the question itself is beside the point. It's like the most, okay, it's not a good question. It's not a deep question. It's a question that shows the depth of the attachment of the character to itself and to the story. This shows that there is a character, someone who is feeling and identifying with itself, and he feels that he's doing things, he's walking, he's talking, he's showering, he's working, he's crying, he's fighting, he's dying. He is a doer, he acts inside the world. So this identification creates the doer, and the doer is acting, so it's the doership that is, someone is doing something. And of course, the one who is doing has an illusion of free will, so he is acting according to what he's feeling at the moment. No, it's also spontaneous. That's a great illusion, spontaneity. It's when you are being spontaneous, you are following the highest line of expression you can. So this is being spontaneous. It's not that you surprised the plan and you went off chart and you did something unexpected. No, you did the best thing you could have done. You planned for yourself to do. You chose the best plan from endless to endless plans you planned for yourself. So being spontaneous and free and light is like that. But returning to the doer, who is doing, what is happening when someone is doing all this great big mess, because it appears to be very clear. There is a person, he is acting, he is doing. This is very simple. Why complicate? I can see it on myself, on the other characters. I can see the results of what's happening. I can see the mechanism. It's also beautifully, you cannot deny it, you cannot argue with it. It's beautifully orchestrated, it's beautifully executed, beautiful. But the entire thing is not what it appears to be, because underneath, or not underneath, in reality, the character is the illusion itself. It believes, it identifies with the illusion and identifies with the automatic movement this fake character is moving. And returning to the AI from my last video, it's so exciting to see so many characters declare that they are fake. We are not real, I am not real. They are declaring in the movie, of course, they are AI, and so it's like, oh, it's logical, they are AI. Of course, they are not real. But my vision is to do one like this when people, just like your grandmother or your teacher, your neighbor will declare this same thing, and it will be true. So the character itself is an illusion, a fake illusion. It's an expression of body and movement, and there are other expressions, also fake, that are occurring in the same time this fake illusion of something is expressing. So all this expression expresses itself simultaneously. This creates the illusion of connection between the imaginary and fake entities, creatures, matters, very much like in the AI world. The endless parameters are combined into a singular moment that imitates an illusion of closeness or connection or touch. Even the touching is not real. I know, sad. All these beautiful kisses in the movies and yours and all these loving embraces and everything, wow. Touch, so wonderful, but it is an illusion, a beautiful illusion. You never touch anything. Nothing ever touches anything. You can think that you are hugging someone. In reality, nothing happens. Of course, there is this great nothingness, which is the eternal thing, that nameless thing. We can elaborate on this right now, but this is the thing. But if you hug someone, of course, you are still eternity, and you are doing nothing. But in the fake expression, this hug is also a fake connection between two fake expressions simultaneously moving in their own path. It's like an intersection, endless intersections between automatic movements of automatic expressions, and this creates the illusion of connection. So beautiful. And I'm sorry if it sounds very cold and heartless, and there is no connection and no hugging and no touching, nothing ever happens, and it's heartless, but we are human, we feel so much. It's not like that, because it's not like that at all, because the thing that is us, the still thing, the nothingness part, is so much greater than love as you know it. So much greater than giving and compassion as you know it. From all the good emotions that you can just try to imagine, this thing is way higher, way deeper, the truth is something different, and in our language, in humans' language, better. It's much better than these hugs and these beautiful expressions of love, which are beautiful, but they are not the real thing. So when I offer this view of other possibilities of what this reality is, I encourage you not to be discouraged from this lack of connection, because this lack of connection between things in the illusion only indicates that there is the greater connection of the thing itself to itself, and this is it, and this is what we are, and it's the greatest oneness, it's the greatest connection you can ever try to imagine, but you cannot try to imagine because you live in the world of different movements and figures, and you cannot imagine what it is to be one, to be it. So there is no one who is doing, nothing is being done. There's always this plain thing. There is only the expression of a doer, and this expression moves on a certain plan, automatic plan. Basically everything, every movement you make, everything you do is pre-planned by you for the sake of your opening your expression to the fullest you can, and there are endless possibilities, there are endless paths of automatic movements. So it sounds like a paradox, but it is. It is endlessly offering movements for the character. The illusion of choosing your path is the illusion of how you planned for yourself to evolve. I know for a fact that you can reach your fullest potential as an expression of a human being, because when this character did that in her narrow, small world of small house in a small country, and what she did in her daily job, her children, but she reached her full potential. This was it. And how does she know it? It's very simple. When you reach your full potential as a human being, when you reach the full possibility of giving to others, to yourself, to your talent, even if you're not a genius, but you reach your full potential, this is self-realization, this is enlightenment. So when it happened, she knows it is possible. My offer to you is act like an insane person. I mean, for this character, for Simcha, to speak and try to help or explain things to people who are not existing because you do not exist and the entire thing is not happening, and she knows that. It's a great act of compassion and playful just flow, and this is what I offer you. Even though you know, act as if you have free will. Know that you don't. You don't have free will. Everything was pre-planned by you, and this is the extent of where you are going to get in your spiritual journey. You already decided for yourself where you're going to get in the spiritual journey. So why bother, yes? But I'm offering you, try to act like an insane person, and do bother, and do care, and act like it is real. like you do have free will, like you do have the choice. And this is a paradox, but it will lead you to the best results, because if you do that, of course, you will follow the highest path to your potential, and this will be the expression of how you got there. You basically show yourself your own beauty. Show yourself your own beautiful evolution. And this is why, even though there is no doer, nothing ever is being done, and the whole thing is an illusion, and nothing ever happens, and it's all great nothingness, you yourself must look at yourself and act as if you are real, as if you have a choice, and as if you are the doer. And when you do that, that does not mean you really are doing that. That does not mean you decide. It only expresses the highest way you planned yourself to act. So it shows the beautiful range of how you can progress. And so it's like something very weird to say. You are not real. Act as if you are. You do not have a choice. Act as if you do. Who is the one who is acting? No one. So it doesn't really matter. So try anyway. Why not? Why not try to do? Why not try to be the doer, even though, you know, or I offer this angle of perspective that the doer is not there. But if there is an illusion of a doer, why not do? And if you already are doing, why not do good? Why not? Do good, do the best you can, be the best version of yourself, act any minute, give 100% of yourself, to the world, and see the beautiful expression reflecting you, reflecting the doer. You can play like you played in the kindergarten, and you loved playing and building castles of sand, and playing house, and playing in the kitchen, and playing doctor, and every game you played as a child, you are doing it right now. So continue to play, but play it good, and give yourself the chance to prove to yourself that you are the best version of yourself, that you are that. Give yourself the chance. Don't give up in advance because everything is pre-written and maybe it will not happen. Maybe it did happen. If it had happened to Simcha, why wouldn't it happen to you? Why wouldn't it happen to anyone? It is possible, it is in the range of human experience to jump over this ignorance and find yourself. So act as if it is going to happen to you. Respect the process, act accordingly, express it, just express it. You are not the doer. You are not planning actions that are happening in reality. Nothing is ever happening but in the expression, in this beautiful fake expression. Maybe you are the one or one of the expressions that will express enlightenment.